Hello, comrades, and welcome to the UGF Battlefront, where today we are actually starting a new series. Now, this episode is gonna take a while because the new series, as you saw, is called Stock Mid Spaded. Basically, this series has been inspired, but I can't remember who did it, but who does it. But the first 10, I can't remember. I think it's Oxygen Thief. I can't remember. I really cannot remember. No, I don't think it's us. I can't remember who it is. What some War Thunder community does, like, not community. Some War Thunder content creator does a first 10. This is kind of inspired by that, except all it is the first episode, the first game, stock. So the very first game I ever played in that vehicle. The first game, mid. So that's when half of the modifications are researched, and then the first game, spaded. And then we have a talking section afterwards talking about the things I noticed about the tank, how I feel about where it's at, and stuff like that. Now, this is going to be one of the only unique ones in which it may not be actually the first games for them. I won't play them, but basically I'm going to specifically look for close quarter maps because I know with this tank you don't really want to be far range, because everything can pen you easily at far range, but you have trouble at far range. So we're going to specifically go for city maps, because that's what I was recommended to do. But yeah, the first episode of this is the mouse. I just got this yesterday as of the day of the first game up recording. I'm honestly kind of looking forward to this and also kind of not, because I know this tank isn't as good as it used to be. Let's prepare. So we have all 4 of the Lost Boys, plus an ME410, because I don't have the ME262 yet. Currently working on getting it, but I need to research 6 vehicles in this tier. So the first one I'm researching is the Dornier 335. And once I get that, then yeah, we'll start playing it. But this might take a while, so I'll see you when the first match starts. Which actually seems to be right now. Actually, I guess I'll just do this map, whatever. There is a city, and that's where I'll go. I probably won't make it to the city, but yeah. I'm gonna place that. Okay. 34 and 32. Alright, there we go. I'm probably going to be the only mouse, and we're going to go to the A point. I'm not the only mouse! Oh, he's matching my speed. Aw, this is so nice. He's such a nice person. Machine gun missiles. Alright. Yeah, that's, yeah. Very useful tip. Because missiles with this thing, yeah, no. Don't die. I do love the War Thunder community. Don't die. That's the words I want to hear. Just don't die. Fool them with their 75. No, what? Get out of here, freaking antivirus. I'm trying to record a video and you're preventing me. And cry a little. Alright, so this is my first game. We are crawling to the battle zone. Highly doubt I'm going to make it, but thank goodness I actually chose to play this game. because fellow mouse. The thing doesn't like to turn either, but that's with it being stock. But I do know it's still not a big fan of turning. Oh no, that's right. I want to turn in neutral traverse. Oh boy, we're going 20 kilometers per hour, boys. We're going so fast. Yeah, notice how he stops? Yeah, okay. So, that's one thing I need to do. Stop, and then turn. It just seems... doesn't like to turn when it's moving, apparently. So yeah, anyway, I did note that this is going to take a while to come out, and that's because, well, I gotta spade this thing, which means I need to play this thing. Which means oh boy, I'm already getting shot at. I don't know where I got shot from. Hopefully now, though, I'm in trees, so it should be harder to spot. Not by much. I mean, this thing is a behemoth. Did he seriously overshoot by that much? And thankfully, though, right now I have 3 repairs. So I don't have to, like, if I die, I die, whatever. I remember when I first got on War Thunder, many moons ago, by many moons I mean like 4 years ago, this was the top dog. This was like the top thing you can get in the German tech tree. And I honestly kind of miss those days. But back before Cold War vehicles were added. Oh, I hear a helmet chopper. Yeah, I guess this is an 8.7 match. Okay, it's gone. But yeah, but like I do miss those days where it's like all it was World War II and a few Cold War vehicles. With a few Cold War vehicles being things like the BTR or the ASU-57, things that like they're not really like they're fine against World War II vehicles because they're kind of World War II-y or whatever. Like the T-10M, that wasn't World War II, that was Cold War. I'm kind of following Luftwaffe around because, you know, he probably knows what he's doing a little bit more, seeing he's not stock. I'm not 100% sure if he's spaded or not, but he's definitely not stock. I hear planes. I also do know I was told when playing the mouse, you want another mouse with you. I was told that. You want another mouse with you. It helps. A mouse is definitely more of like a teamwork type of vehicle. That's a bomb. Yep, there we go. I was also told that's going to happen a lot. So, yeah, alright. Alright, it's been a little while. It has. So much so that there's been multiple changes. Like, first off, a new shell has been introduced, which is pretty nice. I can't remember if... Oh my gosh, I'm in a down tier? Oh, yeah! I can't remember if the armor was upgraded when I recorded it. I think that came afterwards. Along with that, the Leopard is 7.3 now. So yeah, this is pretty good. And this is going to be a pretty good round too, I think, because freaking we're in it. Oh gosh, there's a motorcycle behind me. Like, seriously, that thing sounds like a motorcycle. Like, is it supposed to sound like one? But, I mean, we are on Ass River, but we are also in a down tier. So this might actually be pretty nice. If I can climb up this hill. Not only with that, yeah, I now own the Leopard. I now own, yeah, like this lineup is pretty much completely different. And now there's a Light Panzer, there's a Leopard. That's still there. We also now have the nuke, which, I mean, that's not happening today. I don't know in what universe would you be able to get a nuke using the mouse. Oh, yeah. Good job. Alright, let's see. Anyone up there? No, not that I can see. I think I'm seeing a mark over there? Oh, okay, that's behind their spawn pretty much, whatever. Shot from over there. What is that? Something British. Which actually does somewhat scare me. It's a Centurion. Alright. That's what it looked like. Oh, hey. You're alive. Not anymore, though. Hello, Mr. Yag Tigor. Come to join the party? The big boy party? Is that a living dude? That's what I say, I think. Get out of here, Falcon. You're not allowed here. Guys, we can't have everyone looking this way. This is how we get flanked. Alright, here we are. Alaska had some problems, but there we are. Now I'm completely spaded. This is also a complete upgrade, up tier, by the way. Welcome to Alaska. I'm gonna be completely honest, though. I kind of don't like that I did that, but I kind of bought my way through to spaded. Like, I bought the last half just because, I'm gonna be honest, I was completely annoyed with playing the mouse. We're gonna go hang out around these mouse buddies. Just so I have some mouse friends. But, yeah, I'm just gonna be completely honest. I bought my way, and I'll talk about it later on, after this game ends. I'm gonna smoke up that area. Smoke, disappear. Alright, so we know there's somebody in there. Not exactly sure where, but we know he's somewhere in there. Looks like, alright, we're moving. No matter what, that guy was not living. Poked out with two mouths facing him. Yeah, sorry, you're not winning that. Let's give a thank you. Let's let them know I'm repairing. No damage. Oh my gosh. I can't see because this guy's barrel. Alright, got him out. Let's go help these guys. Oh no, we lost one. Yeah, I got stuck. Alright. So, going through, grinding the mouse out, and, my word, this, it sucks. Like, now, granted, I don't hate the mouse. I actually do like this vehicle. It's a fun vehicle to play. The situation, though, is it's not fun to try to grind out. It really was not. It actually got to the point where I was so frustrated with playing the mouse that I don't want to play it anymore. I'm going to be completely honest. I need a break from the mouse. Because I was about to, on this very day, I was going to go do more grinding. I was going to grind out the mouse more. And as I was sitting there, I'm like, I don't want to play this anymore. Now, granted, that Spaded game that was just shown, that was a fantastic game. That was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun playing that game. Even though I didn't do much, it was a ton of fun. But definitely, I do believe I need to take a break from the mouse. The mouse... So, I ended up buying the last half of the upgrades, pretty much. I think I upgraded one bit, and then I was almost done with the other, but by that point in time, I was just sick and tired of grinding out the mouse, that I just wanted to end it. Now, I'm going to be honest. Should the mouse be at 7.7? Probably not. Especially with the decrease in BRs of tanks such as the Leopard 1. I really do think that the mouse should be moved down to probably 7.3. Now, before you panic and be like, well, 6.3s can end up facing them. They can't deal with... 6.3s can deal with the mouse. It's just they got to know how to play. They got to know where to shoot, which should kind of somewhat be a standard for vehicles if they get into a down tier for like heavy tanks. And it is a standard for some of the tanks, like the M103, for example. That thing in a down tier is scary for me. Like even playing the mouse and stuff, like the mouse could pen it, but me and the Leopard 1, I'm not too sure where to shoot it. And that mostly is my own fault for not learning its sweet spots, and that's something I definitely do need to do. But I definitely do feel like the mouse could move down to 7.3 and not entirely break the game. Alright, post recording edit here, I realized not long after I recorded the segment that I really didn't make myself clear. This thing can be, and I do think it should be moved down to 7.3. And the vehicles I looked at, which were some of the most played vehicles, can deal with this. But I also do recognize that it will still be, it would be overpowered. I don't think it'd be as overpowered as some people think it would be, but it's definitely, yeah, the situation where it is, and I put in air quotes, impossible to balance. As I said, it all comes down to decompression. I think I talk about that a little bit later in this segment. So yeah, I do recognize that, yeah, if it does get moved down to 7.3, it would be a little bit overpowered, but not as bad as I think people will be. All right, back to the stupider me, I guess. It probably would create some issues, but I definitely don't think that the mouse should be facing things like the Bradley. Like, and especially the later Bradley. I don't see why Gaijin thinks it's perfectly balanced. Now, granted, I do understand part of the reason why they got rid of the mouse was because as they said, it was impossible to balance, which really, the problem isn't the fact that it's impossible to balance. The problem with the mouse is decompression. Or, I guess, technically compression. And that Gaijin needs to decompress the BRs. Like that's the issue. And Gaijin is known for somewhat doing this, I feel, where they don't actually they don't fix the problem, they fix the symptoms. And they've especially been doing that with BR compression for a long while now. It's time. We need to decompress the BRs more than they have done in the past. Like, we need a pretty decent BR decompression to happen. It is just kind of ridiculous that they're just allowing this problem to be here. Now, thankfully, they do allow the mouse to be grinded out every year. Once every year, you have the chance to get the mouse, which is nice. Because, let's be honest, back during Operation Mouse, which was about 1 to 2, that's about 2 years ago now, the big problem with them removing the tanks was the mouse. Like, the mouse was the problem. Like we already had warnings in advance that they were getting rid of the Tiger 2 105, the Panther 2, and the Quellian. We already knew that they were going and planning on deleting them, and that they were going to delete them at some point. The problem was the mouse, where that just kind of came out of the blue. From what I remember, there was no warning that they were going to get rid of the mouse, and then they did. As to whether or not you should grind this vehicle, I definitely would. I definitely do suggest grinding out this vehicle, because even with all of its flaws, it can be a fantastically fun vehicle to play. Be it you're playing it in certain ways. What I mean by that is, and going back to, this is the exact reason why I'm having, needing to take a break from the mouse, is you cannot play the mouse seriously. You just cannot play it seriously. And it becomes a problem when you want to grind it out, because in order to grind it out, you want to perform well. The mouse is not that kind of vehicle where where you can reliably perform well. Especially if you're trying to concentrate on performing well, that's where you're going to have quite a bit of a downfall. Honestly, like, when you're playing the mouse, you, quite honestly, it gotta be taken as kind of like a joke. Like, don't take it seriously. Just kind of mess around. Now, sadly, though, with that playstyle, the mouse is extremely expensive. It is almost 15,000 sirloins as its repair cost for a fully spaded mouse, which is extremely expensive. Like, I definitely, Gaijin really should not be trying to balance vehicles using Silver Lions, but in the case of the mouse, like, I don't even see the reason why they even balanced it to have such a high repair cost. Like, the mouse is not meta. It's not a good vehicle in the eyes of competitiveness. It's not a good vehicle. You can easily get penned, and you are one heck of a target for aircraft and helicopters. And that is one thing you will notice while playing the mouse, is that you will oftentimes die from bombs or helicopters. More so now helicopters than bombs. I've actually, when I first got the mouse, I was warned about the fact that I was going to get bombed a lot. I think entirely I only got bombed twice. But I got killed by helicopters a whole bunch of times. And so realistically, like, the biggest problem now is more so helicopters and bombs. Now, bombs are still something that you will be tormented by, especially if you kill someone, especially an American someone. You kill an American person that has enough spawn points, you can bet they are going to be hauling their butt straight towards you with bombs or missiles or something. Like, you can bet your butt they're going to do that. Just because you are a big old easy target for aircraft and air vehicles in general. Thankfully, though, since I started getting the mouse, because I got the mouse during Operation Mouse, I didn't play it for a while afterwards because I actually still needed to grind it out completely. I put research points into the mouse during Operation Mouse, but I didn't complete the grind. I completed the grind in, like, May, just because I was kind of tired of War Thunder at that point. But there have been changes since I started playing the mouse. For example, I think I said this. I can't remember if the armor was implemented before or after. I believe it was after the first game. Where got an increase in armor. Not that that really does much for the mouse, as it's facing things with, like, 500 millimeters of pen. Pretty much. I mean, I don't know if any vehicle it faces has that much, except for, like, the ATGM carriers. But no matter what, like, most of the vehicles that you face, especially in an up tier, will easily pen you. No problem. Thankfully, though, they also did implement a shell. Is it in here? Is this it? No. Yeah, apparently I don't actually have the shell loaded out, but it has like 300 and something millimeters of pen. That is also a very nice addition. And for those of you who are like, I don't know if anyone has ever said this, but just in case anyone has, oh, that shell is fake. It actually did exist. Now, the shell that they have in game is not the correct shell. It was, I forget what it is. I'll probably put a picture of what the actual shell was. But the shell did actually exist with that much pen. And so I am glad to have seen that that shell was added in, especially since the mouse was definitely struggling to pen things sometimes. And it just didn't really make sense to have the mouse where it was. I mean, it still really doesn't make sense to have the mouse where it is, in my opinion. I definitely needs to be moved down in BR. As I said, I feel like it needs to be moved down to 7.3 to really have it be somewhat competitive, I guess. But yeah, so basically, that's going to wrap it up here. Quite surprised I actually got through that obstacle course while still talking. The mouse is a fun vehicle to play. It really is. It's just... it has its problems. Should the mouse be at 7.7? No, I think it should be moved down to 7.3. The repair cost needs to be moved down as well. I don't see a reason for the mouse to have almost 15,000 silver lions as its repair cost. Like, that to me is just ridiculous. But do I recommend you getting this vehicle when it does become researchable that one time in a year? Yes. I do suggest that if you have the ability to, do indeed put one research point into it. At least one. Now, grinding it out, that's... really, I don't suggest focusing on the grind. I definitely don't. The grind... as I said, I still do love the mouse, but I definitely need a break. The grind just tore me up. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this. This is my first installment of Stock Mid Spaded. If you have any suggestions, please do leave them down in the comments below. You know, like, vehicle suggestions, things like that. I am wondering if I want to relook at vehicles I've already grinded out and doing a lot quicker, because this video in and of itself has taken almost a year to record. Now, part of that is definitely my own problem. I really did not focus too much. Like, I didn't go heavy into the grinding. Mostly because most of the time I couldn't even afford to repair the vehicle while grinding it. I was starting to lose money, and that's gonna be, I think, a situation with some vehicles like the B59 as well. Even with premium time, I don't think I'm gonna be able to make money off of the B59 just because that thing's repair cost is stupidly expensive. But anyway, so yeah, if you have any suggestions, do leave them in the comments. Any vehicles you want to see, things you want me to do differently, things like that. But that's where I'm going to leave this off for today. As I said, hopefully you guys enjoyed this first episode of what I hope to become a series. Despite how much I don't really want to play the mouse anymore, this is a fun series to make, and I do hope that you guys do enjoy this. Um, but yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you are not already subscribed, please do consider clicking that subscribe button. And I will see you in the next battle. Peace out. Oh, how much I love you, Mouse, but I really need a break.